Hey everybody, I'm back with another video showing a specific morphable Python. This time I want to talk about genetic stripes. And I actually don't have a genetic stripe, a normal genetic stripe here. So the pastel is probably the most normal one that I have. So I'm going to show you her first. So this is an adult female breeder pastel genetic stripe. She actually just laid a clutch about, I think, 3 weeks ago. So she's looking a little bit thin, but she's got an almost perfect stripe running down her back. You'll see from the other genetic stripes that I show you that some stripes have really broken up stripes down the back and others have more or less a perfect stripe. She does have one crossing right there, but otherwise she's got a pretty flawless stripe. I think genetic stripes don't seem to be as popular as a lot of other morphs. I really think they're underrated. There's a lot of beautiful combinations with them and so many more that are yet to be done yet. I'm working on a lot of different genetic stripe projects right now. In this year, 2019, I should be producing leopard genetic stripe combos. I should also have bamboo genetic stripes, a lot of different types of banana genetic stripes, a couple of which I'll show you here. But yeah, I think there's just so much that can be done with this morph yet. So that's the pastel genetic stripe. Now here's an interesting one. This is a pinstripe genetic stripe, which is weird because the striping on it is virtually completely disappeared. You can kind of see a real faint striping down either side of the back, just a little bit, but nothing like a regular genetic stripe. Color-wise, the pinstripe genetic stripe is pretty much the same as a normal G stripe, but the main difference is that most normal G stripes have a pretty distinct black striping down either side. And you may have seen online the pictures of the leopard genetic stripes. Those are really cool. They broaden out the black striping on either side and have really, really high contrast. That's, I think, going to be key to a lot of G-stripe projects. So this is a proven breeder, adult female pinstripe G-stripe. And the next one I want to show you is an adult proven breeder female cinnamon G-stripe. Cinnamons can be pretty varied. Some of them you can see the striping, the light stripe down the center of their back, and others are basically completely patternless. Sometimes they'll have a little bit of striping down the last maybe third of their back, but otherwise most of them are like a chocolate brown. They actually look pretty close to what a super cinnamon looks like just a dark solid chocolate brown snake. I've been producing these guys for quite a long time now. I've got a little army of adult breeder females here that I cross into other things. The cinnamon does tend to make it difficult to cross other genes into it because it's such a powerful gene for making a patternless snake that it's hard to get other colors and other patterns into the snake. But I just think these are cool on their own. See if I can find another one to show you. Here's another one. These two are actually lighter than a lot of them that I've produced, but I think they've got really nice colors. Okay, the next up is the banana genetic stripe. These guys are incredible when they're hatchlings. Really bright orange with a nice bright stripe running down their back. They do fade a bit as they get older. This one is from, I think, later 2017. He's a little high strung, so don't be surprised if he snaps at the camera. But you could see how his pattern isn't real distinct. You could see it pretty well, but just not quite as brilliant as when it was a baby. Okay, this one right here is a Pastel Banana genetic stripe. This is a proven breeder male. And I really like what Pastel does with banana. I just think as adults, I mean, Pastel bananas aren't really super impressive when they're babies compared to even a regular banana sometimes, but as adults, I just think that the colors just pop on them. The yellows are so brilliant. This guy is really, really jumpy today. You can see they do get a few dark spots. Let's see if I can kind of just hold him here. But the striping down the back is really bright yellow. So then my goal with something like this is to add leopard in it to bring out the contrast of that striping even more, and then maybe throw some enchi in there too. Both of those genes I think will really help this particular animal quite a bit, and I'm sure there's others too. You know, I try to do a lot of experimental breeding where I just try random combinations of morphs together just to see what happens, and sometimes you produce something really incredible and other times you produce something that maybe isn't that great, but the only way you find out is if you try. It helps when you have a huge collection like I do so that you can afford to take some chances in some particular projects and not have it disrupt everything. So that is the Pastel Banana genetic stripe. And actually I'm not going to leave him there because he's going to take off on me, so I'll put him back in this bag for safekeeping for now. Another banana genetic stripe combo that I've done is the cinnamon banana genetic stripe. This thing was awesome as a hatchling. It hatched out a solid kind of a burnt orange, and then after a couple of weeks it developed a couple of really bold purple stripes running down the back with that really dark orange color. And then eventually it kind of lightened up and the striping lightened up on it. So this is what I consider a work in progress. I want to add leopard into this to see if I can get that bold striping to stay there as an adult. And then maybe throw something in there to try to enhance the orange and yellow colorations in it. To make, my ideal situation is to make like a yellow or orange snake with bold purple striping down either side with a nice light stripe right down the middle. So this is actually the first cinnamon banana genetic stripe I ever made. I think at the time it was the first ever anywhere. This is going back a few years now. I know several other people have produced them, and I've produced a lot more since then too. And then you can take this morph a little bit further along. This is a cinnamon pastel genetic stripe, or a pewter banana genetic stripe. So it's a pastel, a cinnamon, banana, and genetic stripe. And it's just kind of a lighter yellow, more or less patternless looking snake. You can see a little bit of light pattern running down the back, and you can see some distinct tail patterning there too, some striping. Okay, and then going into the double recessives, here is a nice big albino genetic stripe. I really like this combo. I think this snake is pretty underrated, I think. Hopefully this is showing up really well, but the orange striping on either side of the back, or not orangey, yellowish striping, I guess it's not quite orange, but it's just a deep, deep yellow with a nice light yellow background. And this is an adult breeder. So I'm already trying to figure out what to do next with this. And I bred a toffee to her last year and produced toffinos that are het for genetic stripe. So I'm hoping to someday make toffino or even pure toffee genetic stripes. So this striping should turn purple, especially with the pure toffee. I'm working on other double recessive genetic stripe projects too, in addition to the albino. I actually just got a clutch from a banana cinnamon double het clown genetic stripe bred to, I think it was a pastel lesser double het clown genetic stripe. So I may just pass up the genetic stripe clowns right away and go right into like multi-codom combos that are also clown genetic stripe. Of course, the odds of hitting a genetic stripe clown when you're breeding two double hets together is only 1 in 16, but I've got one clutch on the ground already, and I've got 2 more females that are going to be laying clutches probably within the next week or 2. So hopefully I will hit on one. Genetic stripe clowns are really, really cool, and I can't wait to produce them. Okay, and then the next project that I've been working on with the genetic stripes is the Orange Dream genetic stripe. I'll get her out in just a second so you can see her a little bit better. Okay, this is one that I'm breeding for the first time. I'm actually breeding this to another Orange Dream genetic stripe. And I believe I have produced Super Orange Dream genetic stripes already. It's a little hard to tell until they get older, because even the regular Orange Dream genetic stripes are really clean when they're babies. But I'm thinking the Supers is not going to get all this dark flecking in here. You know, I think it's going to be more like this color orange. And I really want to try this with leopard and also Enchi in it as well, to see if I can really clean up the pattern. So it's just a orange snake with a nice distinct black striping down either side of the back. I actually have some baby or hatchling Orange Dream genetic stripes and some hets and things available right now too. I really think there's going to be some cool stuff coming from this project in the future. Okay, here's the last one that I have to show for today. I believe that this is an Orange Dream Butter genetic stripe. I produced some Fire Butter genetic stripes, and they're not as yellow as this one, so I'm pretty sure that this is the Orange Dream. She's gotten more and more yellow as she's gotten bigger. Man, these guys are jumpy today. Sit still. There. So that's the Orange Dream genetic stripe. That's the Orange Dream Butter genetic stripe. And I want to see what a Super Orange Dream version of this looks like as well. I think I've got the same Orange Dream genetic stripe male breeding this one that's breeding this one. And these guys are, you know, they're not big. They're probably barely 1,500 grams. But they're definitely big enough and they're old enough to breed. I think I hatched these in 2016. So hopefully I will get some Super Orange Dream genetic stripe combos soon too. Alright, well that's all I have to show you with the genetic stripes. I do have a few other combos with them, but they were in shed, so I wasn't able to show them. But I've got a lot of really cool genetic stripe project animals that are coming out this summer. Like I said, the leopard genetic stripe should have pastel and super pastel leopard genetic stripe, banana Enchi pastel genetic stripes, bamboo genetic stripes, a lot of different types of genetic stripes. So stay tuned for that. I will show those in hatchling videos coming up during the hatching season, which is starting up right now. I've actually had some really cool stuff hatching lately. So I've got a lot of clutches incubating, all really, really nice clutches. So definitely stay tuned to that. And I will be back with another video soon. And if you'd like to see what I actually have available right now, make sure to visit my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com. I'll see you next time.